What was the best part through this pregnancy journey?
Everything.
What about the support?
Honestly speaking, during pregnancy, the most important support that you need is from your husband. When you become a mother, you just have that instinct coming out from you like, okay, this is right, this is wrong. You just know. I used to think, okay, you have the baby, your milk will just come.
Oh, isn't that the case?
No. Oh my God, breastfeeding is something else. When I first had him, my breast was like, I had blood coming out from it. Nobody talks about it.
Hi, Sara.
Hello.
Finally, I met you.
I know.
Seriously, after so long.
I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. You know what? I've been following you in TikTok, of course, for a very long time, and I always wanted to invite you.
Oh,
But then you had a little prince, so
oh
I
yeah.
thought, no, you're busy with your babu and stuff. So thank you very much for your time. Finally, we got a chance to meet today.
Oh my God, like you have no idea how excited I am to be here. Like ever since you sent me that message, I've been like, telling Raju like, oh, we're gonna go here. And obviously like he's been such a supporter
Mm.
from the day one. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's so good at looking at Sage now, and he's literally looking at Sage right
I
now.
know,
And
right?
then so I can talk. But yeah, I am like so excited to even be here and
Thank
share
you.
my experience. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank
You
you.
have no
You know what?
idea.
I'll be very honest. When I first started following you, I'm like, oh yes, he's doing. Hey, do you remember, Molly? I texted you when you had that
I
video
know.
posted when Sage was
I know.
born.
I saw.
I literally cried with your
No,
video.
I still get goosebumps.
That was
I
so.
still watch that video.
Oh my God, every time I watch that video, I feel like I'm going through the labor. I'm going through that panic mode journey. Oh my God, that was
Because
so
nobody
beautiful.
share that vulnerable part of your delivery, Goriko. Like, when they give birth, they don't
Correct.
share.
No.
And I did, and it reached out to so many people. And the amount of messages I received from that video saying that thank you for sharing this,
I know.
which was just like,
Literally, I was watching and I was lying on my bed, I think around 9 p.m. or that time. And I'm like, I'm watching that video and I'm crying with
I
you.
cry every time I watch. I still feel like I feel so emotional. Like my emotional level is like
Up to the
up to
roof.
the roof after having the baby. I
Uh-huh.
literally cry, good cry, like, not
Yeah.
like cry, but I get teary every time if I see a baby or anything to do with baby. And
Hmm.
when I watch that video, oh my God, it just, my goosebumps, my body
I know.
is all, it's,
Seriously, on behalf of so many followers you have on your social media platform via TikTok, Insta, whatever, I really wanted to thank you for sharing that video. I think that has given so much courage for other women's or even the teenage moms going through to relate and then, okay, that's normal to go through. This is how exactly it looks like,
it does.
isn't
It
it?
does. I don't filter anything. I
Yeah.
have shared everything from before I was pregnant. Like,
Yeah.
I did day in my life. That is one of my main content in
Correct.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been sharing my life in TikTok for, I would say, good 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Good 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in social media for long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've started to take TikTok seriously when I have started receiving the messages from young
People.
girls. Like, all I did was like making bed in the morning, and people used to message me saying that, oh my God, you motivate me.
Oh my God, isn't
And
that
that is like, I'm just doing my regular
thing?
thing.
Mm.
How can this be so motivating to other people? Then I often used to ask Raju. And so I used to ask him like, hey, I call him Bob, if you don't know Bob, like,
Yeah.
what do I do in my video? You know? And then he
Mm.
used to say that the normal thing you do, like, making beds, people don't do that. Like, some people don't do that. And then
No.
it is something that I've learned in very young
I
age.
think it teaches young people how to be disciplined. At the same time, you do your thing, be active in your life,
Mm,
but then still be disciplined. And
exactly.
I think that's what you started covering in your
Yeah.
daily vlogs, and
Like,
which was, oh my God, look at her, how active she looks, how she does things, and we should do that as well. I think that's when people started relating themselves to
yeah,
you.
a lot. Like,
Yeah,
especially from that making bed video, because I've learned in a very young age, like, the first thing you should do when you get up is make your bed. It will
yeah,
make you feel like you've achieved so much already.
yeah.
And I try to say this to every single video, like my video, and I feel that, like whenever I make bed and whenever my room is clean, I'm like, oh, like
I've done the
I've
big
done the
task.
big job. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I can relax. So I think that has been one of my every morning rituals, even
Mm.
now, like even with Sage. As soon as we get up, I make the bed, because after making the bed, he doesn't go and sleep next in the bed. He
Yeah.
have his own room, so he sleeps in his
And he
cot.
knows
He
this
knows.
bed is made for the
Made like
day.
that's it. He goes on top of the bed, obviously, like, but
Mm-mm.
not inside the. He have a bedside bassinet,
Yeah.
which I don't really use during the daytime. It was only for nighttime, and have his own room. So that type of routine I've set in home,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know if it's to do with my OCD. Like, I need things
Do
in
you actually
certain way.
have
I do
OCD?
have OCD.
I think every girl
I
has
do
a kind
have.
of like very low level of OCD in
I
their
think mine
life.
is getting really bad. I think I've given my OCD to Raju. That's how
That
bad it
happens.
is.
People say that when you be with that person for a long enough, you carry that OCD habit on you.
Like, he was just a normal man. Now he become
Poor
someone
Raju.
that goes to bed when the kitchen is like, it has to be spotless clean, or the house,
Hmm.
everything. I think that is something very good habit, and at the same time it's a very bad habit, because no matter how tired I am, I have to make
To-
sure that it is mixed.
but
So it's
I
very
get, let's
hard.
take it positively.
I am like,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're going to talk so much
I
today, Raj.
know.
I have like literally, Sarah, so many things to know about you. Oh God, I can't even start. It's going to be a very long podcast. But let's start with you. Who's Sarah?
Oh, Sarah. Not much people know.
Uh-huh.
My full name is Saraswati Gautam.
Oh
Now,
wow.
now Saraswati Gautam Gurung. Now I'm married to Raju, who is Gurung.
Uh-huh.
So that
And
is
you are
my full name.
Gautam.
Yes, I'm Gautam. So my parents, we all came in Australia. I was 12,
Very
11 turning
young.
11 turning 12. So we came in
Oh,
October 20, 2008. That's a long
long
time
time. Oh
ago.
my God,
Yeah.
2008.
Um,
We are in 2024,
I
Sarah.
know. Migrated in Australia,
With mom, dad?
with mom, dad, and my sisters.
Uh-huh.
Originally, me and my little sister were born in Nepal, but
Mhm.
my parents are from Bhutan. So we
Oh,
lived
okay.
in Nepal as a refugee for, I believe, please forgive me if I'm wrong, 19 years. Because I
Okay.
was very young, like I don't have that much of
Yeah.
memories, but yeah, roughly 19, 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Then we came here in Australia as a Bhutanese refugee.
Oh,
We have a
okay.
lot of Bhutanese refugees in
Oh, I
Australia.
didn't know that your mom and dad
Yeah,
background is
Bhutan.
Bhutanese.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
it is. No, not everyone, not much people know about this,
Even
because
I
nobody
did.
asked me.
Yeah, I did not even knew that. Okay.
So after that, yeah, we've been in Australia for how many years? I don't even know now.
Forever,
But
2008
yeah,
to 20. Oh my God. Okay. So you did your schooling here.
I did my schooling here from year seven, half of the year seven, because obviously October, November, December. It was few months in year seven. Then I jumped
Mm-hmm.
into year eight, because Australia, like in here, you have to go with the age.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you don't
Mm-hmm.
have pass or fail. You
Oh,
just like, you do have to do good in class. Like, you
uh-huh.
have to you'll have like every subject you need to get like really good marks. Like they have like A plus, B plus. In back in Nepal, you
Yeah, you
fail, you
pass or
stay in
fail.
one class.
Correct.
I don't think it happens here in Australia.
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember staying in one class. Like, because I was obviously my English was not very good
Uh-huh.
from
Mm-hmm.
coming from Nepal.
Correct.
I was like we did like an English as a second language.
Mm.
class,
Which is just uh-huh.
which is like a, they help you with English. Like all I knew was how to say hello, my name is
Oh,
this
really?
and that.
Was it difficult to
Yeah, it
come
was
here in
very,
completely
very difficult. Like I was
different?
traumatized. I have I have such a
How about your
bad,
mom and dad? Did they had like a very good English
no,
background so that they can
no,
teach you at home?
no,
No.
no, no. None of us
Wow.
had good English. Like we literally came from Nepal, and then we just came here, and then everything was new to us. Like we didn't know anyone. It was really hard. Like at the beginning, because I think we were the first people to arrive wherever we were. Like we were in Obri Udanga, do you know?
No,
So there's like, it's like a countryside. So
okay.
I was grew like in Obri Udanga. Is like from here you
Is it
drive.
within NSW?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
NSW.
okay.
So Aubrey is NSW,
Mm-hmm.
Udanga is Victoria. So it's like a
Okay.
border.
Border.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So my parents live there, and they've just moved to Sydney, like
Okay.
permanently.
Oh,
But yeah,
really?
we
So what do
are.
you do there? Like with mom and dad? Like what was your childhood look like when you moved here?
So we literally start schooling straight away.
Mm.
Me and my little sister, and my mom, my other sister used to go to these English classes, like where they teach them how to speak English, like and all that. The government of Australian government have helped us a lot, and I feel so privileged to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And because, and I'm so thankful that my parents make that decision to come to Australia.
Yeah.
Like it was the biggest, like back then,
Yeah.
how old I was, like 11 years old when they decided to do and
Correct.
come to Australia. And not only Australia, like there are so many people out there, like in the world, in US, Canada, you name it.
Yeah.
So, but we were like, we came here,
Mm.
and it was just like schooling, coming home, like
Yeah, did you
normal.
had by any chance that time, oh my gosh, it what my mom and dad did to us, like we are in completely different world where you
Yeah,
don't have a neighbor like you had back in Nepal,
yeah,
or you didn't had any friends like you had in Nepal, completely people speaking different
of
language.
course.
I'm pretty sure it's been a shock,
it
isn't it?
was it was the biggest culture shock for me, especially like I think my sister was a little bit younger than me, so
Mm-hmm.
she adapt. I can't speak for her, but for me, I hated so much. I hated going to school. Like like in here schooling is different than Nepal. And where we lived, we didn't had any color people.
Oh
Like it
wow.
was
Only
only
white
Aussie.
Australian. Yeah.
And like it was like the kids were a bit racist,
Mm.
obviously, because we didn't had good English.
Yeah,
And
and then you had a dark skin
it
color.
was it was
Who are
really,
you? Where you
exactly.
from? A little bit, yeah. And then
and
especially kids, they don't know what they're
and I
doing.
think I've struggled to make friends like from then, because I still at this point I have very little friend, like I don't have big friend group.
Ah, okay.
And I think I started making friends when I was like year 9.
Mm-hmm.
I had like one Chinese friend, like all the multicultural friends.
Correct.
So yeah, I had friends, but still it was like schooling was not very good memory for me.
Wow. Do you think like you were struggling that time, but do you think did your parents have to go through some kind of struggle
Of
as well?
course. Of course. We
Oh,
were young. They were like fully grown up. And like the food, they didn't even have good, like no Nepalese store. Like how now
Asian groceries.
everywhere.
You can say
But
Asian
back
groceries.
then, like it was like one, I remember one Indian shop. We used to get everything from there. And my dad used to bring this movie, the
The
CD.
cities,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh my god. I think he bought one movie and we watched that movie like
For
on
100
repeat.
times.
Yeah, because like for us, like
Ah,
we don't understand English, so we're not gonna watch TV.
wow.
It was like when I look back, it was a very good memory, because like
Yeah.
with my sister, like whenever we listen to the song at that time, we listen back in 2019, 2009. Sorry,
Yeah.
we have like this memory coming back. Oh,
I
remember
know.
this song? we used to listen. So yeah, it
Mm,
was. I think
yeah,
everything fell into where it should be, and
yeah,
we here like we're fine. And
yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, I feel so privileged to be here.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and thanks to mom, dad, they made that
obviously,
decision when you're early.
of course,
Um, I mean, not that we all are fond of Nepal. We do
we
love
are.
Nepal, but then people do go overseas or do go somewhere else where they feel more opportunity are there or a little bit better lifestyle. And then that courage your mom and dad needed at that time with the two young kids.
Four,
Or you and your little sister?
and my two other sister,
Older sisters.
older sister.
Wow.
So altogether, six of us.
My goodness.
Yeah,
Hats to uncle and
I
auntie.
know.
My
Like
God.
they are currently in Nepal. Right now,
Okay,
I'm
but
speaking. They're in Nepal doing Puran.
okay, okay,
They
okay.
went to the old house.
So
Like,
where in Nepal? Do you remember the place?
oh, Terathum. It's like in
Terathum?
the Pad area,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
Terathum.
the mountain area.
Yeah.
Apparently, my dad have like a lot of cousins there. Like,
Hmm.
so yeah, they're all meeting up there. And I
Oh,
don't think so. My dad would be able to do this if we were still in Nepal.
correct.
So I mean,
That's good.
I'm so proud that my parents are traveling Nepal by themselves, doing this all for
Yeah.
their P3. I didn't
Hmm.
even know. My mom sends me this clip, in Facebook,
Yeah.
like the priest reading out the
Yeah.
thing, and then she sent it to me. She sent it to all of us. So yeah, I'm really happy where we
Yeah.
are right now.
Oh my God, that's a different side of
That is
Sarah.
different. Nobody
Yeah.
knows. If you're
Even
watching
I didn't know that you.
her.
No, it's so good to know. Like, I think that's why the way you present yourself, a little bit a strong lady who has a strong mindset, who has opinion. It
I
doesn't
have a
have,
lot of opinion, good opinion.
yeah, good opinion. And I think we all should have. It doesn't matter. It has to be completely agreed or completely, in a line with someone else. You need to have your own
Exactly.
opinion.
I was bullied really badly in school in here.
Ah.
So that's probably why I hate like I absolutely hate when I have comment from people which is like sound like a bully.
Mm,
And if I see someone bullying someone, if I see
mm,
someone looking someone a little bit down, like I speak up. Like
yeah.
I think that have big impact on like how it can only happen two things.
Yeah.
One thing, I can be like quiet and stay quiet
Ignore it.
forever,
Yeah.
but one thing, like another thing is like speak up. So I think I chose
To
speak up.
speak up.
Speak
So
up.
I remember when you used to post your fitness
Mhm.
videos, and I used to be very fond of you. And I'm like, I wish I can be flexible like Sarah. And at that time, I used to see few comments because when you like admire someone, you go and try
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
what's happening. And then people are bullying and
yeah,
saying comments, oh, so you go to the gym because you are fat, or
yeah,
you go to the gym, but you are still fat. Like
yeah.
comments
That
like that.
that that
And you
is
did
like
try to explain yourself, hey, I don't just go to gym to be skinny. And I know, I've
people.
seen that.
It look. I think so far I've learned that you cannot change everyone, but
No,
I try to educate few uneducated people out there.
on positive way.
it,
Yeah.
I have to stay positive, because if I start being negative like how they are, then what's
Mm.
the difference between me and them?
Yeah.
But yeah, like going to the gym, it
I know
you
you
don't
try.
just go to lose weight, or you just don't go to have a six pack abs.
Correct.
I literally, my goal, everybody have their own goal. My goal was to lift weight. Like I used to lift weight, and my goal was to get into like certain amount of weight in that week period of
Mm-hmm.
time, like you have a PR weight,
Yeah.
you do that. I used to like follow, I used to record. Roger used to help me with the workout plans and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And yeah, I think it's more about what is your goal
Mm-hmm.
than not looking skinny in the video
Correct.
bit.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. And you try your best to explain them. And I'm like, oh, yeah, people, no matter what you do, they're going to say
No
something.
matter what you do,
Yeah.
no matter what you do, no, even if you stay quiet, like no matter what you do, they will have opinion for you. And honestly, I'm at that point in the life, like their opinion is none of my business now.
Yeah.
I do not care what they have to say for me. At the end of the day, it shows who they really are, not
Correct.
me.
Mm,
If you have
mm,
something bad to say about me,
mm-hmm.
it's on you. You're the one who's saying it.
Mm.
It's coming out from your mouth, not my mouth. So I don't speak bad for myself.
Yeah.
So
When I first started my podcast, it was because I used to do radio jockey back in Nepal when I was young,
oh,
10, 12 class that time. I did for a couple of years and I always wanted to do podcasts. But then, when you come to overseas,
yeah,
you're focusing on your study and other things.
of
I never
course.
had that courage. And finally, one day after COVID, I'm like, I'm not working. I need to
Yeah.
do something what I
Yeah.
like, actually.
Exactly.
And my husband, he's very supportive. He
Yeah.
supported, I started. And when you
That's
first
so
start,
good. Like
when
he is
you first,
supporting you.
I don't, when you first start, people are commenting on TikTok saying, oh, auntie, now you have started. Oh,
No,
you
and
don't even know how to
this
talk.
this this comment always kills me. Who is she?
Who is he? Correct.
Yeah.
Why she is here?
Yeah, like oh
You do get that as well.
everybody does podcast these days. I'm like everybody is free to do anything they want to do.
Correct.
Like
If you want to do it, you go and do it as well.
exactly. It is not as easy as you sound like it might look like. Like
Correct.
I came here and I'm like looking at this setting up. I'm like, wow, you guys are doing so good.
Yeah, and not only that, if you can't say good thing about
Don't say
someone,
anything.
don't say bad
Don't
thing,
say
please.
anything.
It
Just
it
scroll.
yeah.
But yeah, I think like I said, you cannot change people,
Mm.
but you can just ignore them and move on. Like I have comment filter in my TikTok now.
Yeah.
It
You have
literally
to.
it literally filters all the negative comments and then like leave me with all the positive comments,
Yeah.
which I have like
Do you read all
99%.
comments?
I do read all the comments. I love reading comments.
Mm.
Like even if it's 100 comments, I read. Good, bad, I read. I know who you are. Just because you think I have what 40K followers, that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I don't read
You
comments.
know who's your
I
followers.
read comments. You guys know whenever you send me message, I reach out to you.
Mm.
I personally message you. Like I read if you're really struggling. Like I think like if you're watching this video right now, and if you agree, like you can comment.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Like
Yeah.
I do my best to reach out to people who actually are willing to talk to me or like have conversation. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm expert on anything, but
Yeah.
I can share my experience, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, I really wanted to talk about your motherhood journey. Of course, we all know from your TikTok that you're a new mom with our little
Yeah, 5 months.
princess, 5 months.
Time flies.
Yeah, 5 months. So I feel like, especially in Nepali community or even the Asian community, we don't talk a lot about pregnancy. We don't talk a lot about the journey and how women or even young girls go through when we
Yeah.
actually go through this delivery, labor, postpartum depression, sleep deprivation, so many
So
things.
many things.
So we have a lot to cover, but I wanted to focus on that journey so that the young moms, or especially when you were in overseas, you are
First time
far,
mom.
yeah,
First
first time
time
mom,
mom. Yeah.
of course, who are following you, and I'm pretty sure you have so many first time mom going there and commenting,
So many.
oh, I feel you, did you? I
Yeah.
feel the same.
Yeah.
So for those, and also for me as well, because I'm like, oh God, we don't talk. So let's focus on that journey today.
Of course.
To start with, what was the best part of being through this pregnancy journey?
Everything.
Oh,
Everything. I feel like to be able to like I know when I say this I say it with like lots of like I don't know love. I know
uh-huh.
so many women out there try to have a baby and they're not able to conceive, and
Um,
I my heart goes out for them. But to be able to get pregnant, carry
yeah.
that baby,
Mm-hmm.
giving birth, and be everything to that little person, like
Wow.
human being, is everything. I think I pray to God every single woman in this world can experience. I always say this, experience this. This is
Mm.
like one of the most magical moment of your life, and you have no idea what is love until you meet that little human being.
Oh my God,
The
that's
love your heart can hold is just, it's, I can't explain. I get goosebumps.
oh, that's so nice. Hey, I've heard people say when you first have your first baby, then of course we all love our parents.
Yeah.
You start loving your parents even more because you go through that journey and you know exactly how your mom been through when she was giving birth to you.
Yeah.
Is that what
I've
you
always loved my
experience?
parents, so I didn't see any difference,
Uh-huh.
but because I'll always, I know like what she went through. Like we've been to a tough, like we were like refugee back in Nepal, and whatever
Mm-hmm.
my mom did for us, like I don't think so. Like I can ever do whatever she did, but I've always loved and respect her.
Of
Like she was
course.
always my number one. But yeah, like you can feel her when you become a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her questions, like so because it is completely different. Their
Yeah,
time and our time, it
100%.
doesn't, like she gets surprised like how much time have changed now. And I stayed at my parents' house for like a month because Raja
Mm-hmm.
has to go overseas.
Uh-huh.
And that time I was like asking her constantly, you know, like, do I used to do this? Is like, I used to ask her, like, then you know what is happening in your life as a mother. So you can ask your mother, like, oh, what did you do when I do this? What did you do? Like, as a
Yeah.
baby, like when we were baby, and she
Even what
used,
you do when baby cries
yeah, exactly.
constantly.
So she used to explain to me in like her life back
Uh-huh.
then, how she used to look after us. And yeah, like it was very different conversation that I had with my mom after
Mm-hmm.
I become a mother. I could like literally connect to her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Without being a mother, I don't think so I'll be able to have that conversation with her because I don't know. But
Mm.
after a baby, when my baby did something or like, anything, she used to relate that, oh, back in the time, like, when
Yeah.
you used to do this, we did that and stuff. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think in that way, yes. But I've
Mm-hmm.
always loved my mom.
Of course, we all do. And Sarah, looking back your pregnancy journey, what was the most difficult thing you find to deal?
Mhm.
Doesn't have to be physically or it can be emotionally or mentally. What was the difficult part you thought, oh, I can't do it. I'm giving up.
I've never had that giving up. I'm not someone who give up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is there, it has to, like, accept the fact that I have to give birth. So I
Uh-huh.
think I enjoyed my pregnancy thoroughly. Like my first trimester was really tough. If I
Mm-hmm.
have to look back my first trimester, I just don't want to get pregnant again.
Oh,
I'm not
why?
sharing this, I'm not saying it, oh, don't get pregnant, but for my experience,
Was
it
tough.
was really bad. And if I have to think about it, I might be going through undiagnosed prenatal depressions, which I never got checked up on. I used to cry,
Mm.
like I didn't eat, all I did was sleep. I was feeling upset because that time you don't even see your belly, like you're normal,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're normal, like nothing is showing up, no kick, nothing. And then you're just lying down there and you're just thinking like, my god, because you know how people give you that just wait comment as soon as
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
And then
I
I
hear that a
just don't
lot
like
as
comment. And
well.
then obviously, like I've grew in that community where people be like, oh, once you become a mother everything will be changed. I think I took that a lot in
Uh-huh.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just constantly worried, like what is gonna happen, like how Raju, now I'm gonna do this, like how Raju's gonna do this. I was like constantly thinking about it. I'm just so worried, like am I gonna be the am I gonna be enough? Because
Mm. Or
I,
are we both going to be enough
exactly,
for this
because
little one?
if you guys didn't know, we didn't like obviously plan for the baby. Like
Mm-hmm.
we didn't go like, okay, we got married, now let's have a baby. It just sort of happened and we just went with the flow.
Mm,
And it was
okay.
very, it was, it I was excited, I was happy, we were both happy, excited. we accept that gift. But at the same time, we were like, I was just like constantly worried about it. Like, when I cry, they used to say that the baby feel you. And I'm like, are you feeling me? I'm crying. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh,
I used to be so guilty for just laying down and not being active or like moving around because I was just didn't have that energy or motivation. I didn't upload a video for so long in TikTok. I was away
mm.
like I just didn't have that
So how
motivation.
did you come after this? Like what?
After first trimester, I was fine.
So do you think that was the first time as hormonal change was happening,
I
the
don't
crazy
know.
thing?
I don't know what it was, but it was really
Wow.
bad, and I didn't eat. Like I couldn't eat. I was nausea all the time.
Mm.
I went to work. I had one of my friend. I just recently shared this in TikTok.
Uh-huh.
One of my friend had a really horrible things to say about my pregnancy, and like she was like, "Oh, just wait until you have a baby. You will get fat. You will not have any life." And I tried to explain to her, "Look, I
And
tried to
it's your
stay."
friend telling
Yeah,
you.
this is my friend telling me, "Ah, we are not friends. Like I don't hang out with people like this." So I try to explain to her in a positive way. Look, everyone is different.
Correct.
Everybody life is different. Everybody see things differently. So it might not have. I tried to explain to her, but she was just like so sure that I will have a miserable life after
After
baby.
having baby.
Yeah,
That
and
is such a negative
it was
things to
so negative, and
say.
I was only like 12 weeks pregnant at that time.
Wow, you're just coming out your first trimester where you have gone through that very, very sad and
Yeah.
dark three
So
months.
it took me a while to get over that. And at that time I was not like I didn't feel anything. But when I went home, it just started hitting me like, why did she say that? Why did she say that? And I just completely stopped the connection with her. Like I hardly speak to her now, and I've heard that she's pregnant herself. So I really wish her well
Of course.
and like just
And
all the best with everything because have a positive mindset. That's all I have to say.
yeah, and also, Sarah, especially again, going back to our community, we don't talk a lot about this emotional or
No,
mental
no.
health issue which we actually go through during this journey. Did you get, as you said just now, that your friend passed one comment and that hit you so hard? What about the support?
The support, honestly speaking, during pregnancy, the most important support that you need is from your husband. Like
Mm.
nobody else matter after that. If you have a strong, supportive husband with you,
Mm-hmm.
you can do anything. Like Raju have been such a support. Like he literally used to wake up. Like he's been doing this for even when I was not pregnant. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't drive.
Yeah.
Many of you guys know this by now.
I know by today, Sara
I
doesn't
have my
drive.
reasons. I have my backstory, which is like not
Yeah.
even important. But yeah, I don't drive. But Raju have been picking me up from work, driving me to work. Like he've done that from the day we start dating, right?
Wow.
During the pregnancy, he've done it every single day without a fail.
Wow.
And I think small things like, giving you a massage and supporting you, saying that, you can do this, don't worry about what people says. And I think like, it gives me a lot of courage
Yeah.
to just like fight with anything. And we did our postpartum journey, just two of us.
I know. I'm going to come to there as
And
well.
and like I think strong supportive husband is all you need, in my opinion, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm sharing my journey here, so
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion I feel like
No, I totally agree with you because especially when you're overseas, like us, like you,
yeah.
like me, and like we have so many
Mhm.
others, you don't have your whole family there.
Exactly.
And even if they have their own life.
It is not
Or
fair. It is
yeah,
not fair, like, to
have
put that
your
pressure on someone else, like, oh no, I just had a baby, now you have to come and take care of me, because
that
it's
breaks my heart because
yeah.
I had like long time ago, I had one podcast recorded where we did speak about the especially Nepali community, how we invite our parents from Nepal and they come here and look after your baby for 1 year and it becomes tel visa. Tel visa is
Yeah, I've
like,
heard that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it got trolled very badly, but it
Mm.
had such a deep meaning. That's fine. It's okay if your parents wants to be
Yeah,
a
that's
part of
fine.
growing your little
Exactly.
one, which is completely fine.
Completely fine. That is what I always say to
Yeah,
everyone.
but
If
eventually it should be your responsibility.
exactly
It's
you
your
decided to
baby.
have that baby.
Correct.
Exactly. I mean, like, look, if uh, if your parents wants to come and look after you and like
Yeah.
while you're in
Be with
postpartum,
you.
yeah, in
Yeah.
postpartum phase, like, yes, do it. I'm 100% supporting that. But in saying that, what I feel after having this whole journey with
Mm-hmm.
Raju mom lives here in Sydney.
Yeah.
My parents lives here in Sydney. My sister lives in Sydney. So the amount of comment I got from people saying that, why are you doing this by yourself? Why your family is not helping you? Why this? Why that? They were there. They
Mm.
were a phone call away. We
Correct.
just didn't want them to be with us 24/7 because we wanted to do this. Like, I typically wanted to spend the whole pregnancy, postpartum journey with me and Raju and Sage. Like, we want to bond. I know people have their own opinion, own saying in this.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of, maybe like when I have my second baby, I might ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Asking for help is fine.
Correct.
You can ask for help, but wanting to do this by yourself is also fine. I
Yeah.
think we should normalize, having pa- parents coming over or doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
And so many people also commented saying that we did it ourselves, and I'm like, I'm so glad we did it because it rocks your relationship. Trust
I'm
me,
pretty sure it
it will rock
does.
your relationship.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
it
just so
does.
grateful that Sage is such a sweet baby. He didn't had like we didn't had any, those crying nights we had. He
Yeah.
fall into the routine very quickly. If I have
Correct.
to,
I'm gonna come to that as well, Sarah,
yeah.
because we say, "Oh, you're lucky that you have
Mm,
really settled baby. A
mm,
good baby does
mm,
not have a lot of
mm.
crying all the time, sleepless night. It depends on the baby." Is that true, or as a parents, do you think you set a routine and you make your kid to follow that routine?
I'm a big routine follower. I follow routine. I need to know what is happening. So I start doing my research when Sage was still like not born,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew exactly what I was doing, like what I want to
Ah.
do.
Uh-huh.
So when I start following wake windows for him, which is like very important for the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and not many of us know. You know what we do? Like, we just let them sleep whenever they fall asleep. Like,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, he's sleeping, don't wake up. Like, I've had that comment a lot.
Oh,
I've
isn't that how we're supposed to do the?
like I don't know how other did, but this is
Yeah.
what I did for my
Uh-huh.
baby. So I used to follow the wake window for Sage. And the wake window means like you have a certain hours or minute of waking period for the baby.
Mm-hmm.
It will help them to follow the routine. And I know like not everyone will agree on what I say,
Yeah.
but this
But
helped.
and that has worked for you. Yeah,
Amazing. He
that's
have
what
his own
matters.
routine. I know exactly when he's sleepy. I know exactly when I have to feed him. So yeah, it have been working for us. So if you ask me how I do it, this is what I did. Like 45 minutes was for newborn. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really follow the routine when he was like 3 months, until he
Yeah.
was 3 months old, because
Correct.
until up to their 3 months old, it doesn't really matter.
Uh-huh.
But I think when they hit 4 months, that's
Yeah.
when the regression start.
Mm-hmm.
It calls sleep regression for the 4 months baby, which
Mm-hmm.
we didn't had. Sage didn't had any sleepless night or regression.
Okay.
So I think that has to do big with the routine that he have, his
Uh-huh.
bedtime routine. Well, we were so consistent with bedtime routine. We were so consistent with bath time. We bath him before bed. And obviously, like in our Nepali community,
Yeah.
bathing before bed is
It's a
big
big
no
no.
no.
It's a big no.
But I honestly, like, I didn't listen to anyone. I just did what it felt like right for my baby. And
Mm-hmm.
when you become a mother, you just have that instinct coming out from you, like, okay, this is right, this is wrong. You just know. You just
Mm-hmm.
know, like, when your baby is okay, when your baby, you can feel it, like, okay, he doesn't seems right or she doesn't seems right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is like, I feel so like Raju. I can't thank Raju enough how much he supported me
Uh-huh.
during this whole journey, because if he didn't support me, I don't think I'll be able to do this
Mm-hmm.
like by myself. Like, I don't know how single parents does this. Like, I
Yeah.
hats off to them. I don't know.
But I think that's the time where you truly appreciate your
Of
partner.
course.
Hey,
Yeah.
yes,
I
you've been
appreciate
there.
Raju
Of
so
course.
much.
And
Like,
I think that makes your bond even stronger.
exactly.
And having young parents like you and Raju, I'm pretty sure it's been tough. But then
It has
together,
been
you guys did it.
like, there are times when Raju go work and like he goes to gym. So
Uh-huh.
he goes to gym 3 days a week. He have cut down gym for me. So he can be home like all the time. I used to feel jealous. I used to be like, why he gets to go out?
Yeah, and
You
I'm
know,
stuck with the baby
yeah.
at home.
But I understand at the same time. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I understand at the same time that he has to go to work and he needs to go to the gym for his own mental health.
correct.
Because if I keep him at home with me, we both gonna go. Our mental health's
Crazy.
gonna go
Yeah.
down. So for him to have his mental health, I have to understand that he needs to do what he likes to do.
What did you do, Sarah, for yourself? Like Raju used to
Mm.
go out and do the gym, and he's still working.
He's
That
still
means
doing.
he's still having interaction with the friends and work colleagues. But then you are stuck at home with little Sage, and you don't have any parents. I can't imagine how you did.
I
But
like
what you did for
Raju.
yourself?
Raju used to like, Raju didn't go for gym for a while,
Uh huh.
so he used to come home and then we used to like spend time. You know, when Sage was little baby, like I just took him wherever I go. I was fine for the first month.
Uh huh.
Then Raju has to go overseas after a month when Sage was like 6 weeks old. So I
Wow.
went to my parents' house because at that time, obviously, I needed help because I can't stay at home by myself, just postpartum. And it was a good thing for me. I get to spend that time with my family and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Sage and I went to my parents' house for 3 weeks. Then we came back home. And when Raju is at work, I do this vlogging.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, um, it helps me with my mental health. Like when I vlog, when I do things what I like to do, like
Yeah.
editing and stuff, it kind of keep me up with everything. Like, everybody have their own way of dealing with things. I used to
Mm-hmm.
go out walking with Sage. I used to go evening, morning walking. I still do walking with
Mm-hmm.
him. Go shopping, like, I stroll with him. Like I go Westfield and I just walk around with him, which
Mm-hmm.
is like what I used to do before. It's just that now I have something to take with
Yeah,
me, like,
yeah,
a
yeah.
little
Does it makes
man.
really difference when you become mom and then having constantly looking after that little one and also food,
Yeah.
nappy, things like that?
It
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 becomes
it is
really
a big
difficult.
change. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It
Hmm.
is a big change because, like before, Rajan, I used to just leave home, like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. Now we have to make sure Sage is ready, make sure his milk is ready, make sure like he's fed, make sure he's changed. It takes a lot. Even coming here this morning, we
I
have to
know.
literally, he was napping. I had to literally stop his sound. Like, we have a white noise. And
Yeah.
then when the sound is stopped, he just automatically get up. So I don't really go and like, wake up, baby. I
Oh,
let him get
really?
up. Yeah.
Oh.
So I know how to get him up because once the sound is off, he just get up. So I know I had to wake him up because we had to come here, but he was fine. Like, how they say don't wake the sleeping baby, but
Yeah.
I've been waking up, honestly. Like, I've been waking up at night to feed and stuff. So he's been fine. Yeah, we haven't make him cranky or anything. But yeah, it is a lot. It
Yeah.
is a lot in your plate,
But
especially
then,
for
yeah,
mom.
but then do you think we should encourage, even though it's gonna feel difficult for first
Yeah.
date, go
But then the
out?
thing is you don't mind doing it. Like I don't mind doing things. Like, you just need to make sure that you follow the routine. Like, you just need to know like what to do.
Yeah.
At first, I've also shared this in TikTok. When I took Sage for the first time to Westfield,
Uh-huh.
he cried.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god. And when Sage cried, he cried. Like, he doesn't cry
What you
normally.
did? How do you, what
I
you were
just
feeling on that
I just
time?
took him to Westfield in a stroller, and it was a little bit hot, and he can't take the heat. He just hate the heat. As soon as we introduced from the hot to
Cold.
cold, he started crying.
Oh
Oh my!
wow.
Everybody was watching me like, I'm like, and I had that I don't care sign in my face. Like, I don't care if you're watching me. My baby's
Oh my God.
crying. Just go away.
Don't give me
I,
that look.
yeah, I
Yeah.
seriously, and I like make him calm down. Obviously, like, it took me a while. I fed him. He was calm, and then
Mm.
I did it again. I didn't give up. People
Yeah.
will be this. Some people.
They say
That's it.
that. Yeah.
Okay, he's crying. I'm not
No, he
taking.
doesn't like it. I'm
I
not gonna
didn't
go
give
there.
up. Second day, I took him again. Little bit cry. Third day, I took him again. And I'm like, okay, he doesn't like the heat. I'm going to take him in the morning and the afternoon. So I start taking him in the morning and the afternoon.
Mm.
Now I know when he likes. Even now, I take him in the hot heat. He doesn't cry because he knows that we are going. He's just a baby. He
Mm.
doesn't know what's happening. You need to
Let him
let
know.
him
Hey,
like
this.
cry. That's all he can do, cry. He can't talk.
Yeah.
That's his expression. Like, crying is normal for baby. I don't know why people get freaked out. And like, so many moms reach out saying that, oh, I'm so scared to take my baby out because what if he
Mm.
cry? I'm like, just do it. Just do
Yeah.
it. If you don't do it, you don't know.
And I think we forget, like, we can talk, we have words in our brain, we can say,
Exactly.
hey,
Yep.
I'm hot, I'm happy, I'm sad.
Exactly.
But kids, they have only one language,
Exactly.
cry. So that's
Yeah.
what they're going to do.
And I think the more you do it, the more they will get used to it. Because if I don't take Sage out from the house,
Mm-hmm.
he will be what calls people anxiety. He will get people anxiety because
Yeah, I have
he
heard
only
that a
see my
lot.
face and Raju's face.
Yeah.
And if I don't take him out, whenever I take him to my mom house where my sister lived just next door, and
Mm-hmm.
then I have like so many nieces and nephew, right?
Mm-hmm.
He literally, like, at the beginning he used to cry,
But now
but he
he
came
loves
today
it.
to your house like he was happy.
Yeah,
He
such a
loved,
happy
yeah, he
kid.
loved people. Like, he loved when he see people now. So I
Sarah, I have
think,
noticed one thing.
yeah,
I think we're too scared to take our small baby out.
yeah,
And then we keep them within, like, parents, within like maybe four or
I
five
know.
people only, that face that person sees. And then when they actually go out, let's say after a year or so, they have like social
Yeah,
anxiety. They don't enjoy. So do you think parents should start taking, like you
yeah.
have
I
done it?
highly recommend because
And says how old is, only
he's
five
a five
months old.
months. My sister, my oldest sister, youngest daughter, she was a COVID baby. So
Um,
at that time, obviously, like, and
yeah, things
she
were
she
different.
she told me this. She shared this story with me. She was like, one time when she took her out in the park, and oh
Uh-huh.
my god, she cried because obviously COVID baby, you had no options at that time.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you are able to take your baby out, take it. Like, Raju, take it. We go out as a family. We have brunch. Like, I take milk for him. Like,
Yeah.
I feed him milk when we get there. He cries. Okay, that's fine. Cry. We hold him. Are you good now? Put him back in the prime. Like, you need to have that routine with your baby. Like, your baby will not get used to anything
Mm-hmm.
if you just do it once and stop. For example, for you, how long did it take you to get used to having people in your podcast?
Correct. Yeah,
Like,
it's the
one time
same.
you do it and you're like, oh my god, I had the worst comment, I'm not gonna do it. For me, like, it took me years. Like, you probably think you see my video and you be like, oh, she just started doing vlogging. But no, I started vlogging from YouTube. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, I have a YouTube channel. I
Mm-hmm.
do vlog there. Like, I have full on wholesome vlogs there. I used to do it, I used to edit it, I had camera, like, I
Yeah.
wanted to do it seriously. But then
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, fa- YouTube didn't work for me. Like it takes a lot, like to edit the
Correct.
video. Vlog is
Yeah.
very much editing, like
A lot of
And then
time.
just because I didn't reach out to people in YouTube, that does not mean I'm gonna stop there. I came to
Mm.
TikTok, where I reach out to more people,
Yeah,
and I'm
correct.
still reaching out. Like I'm not saying I'm the biggest
No, of course
influencer. Like
not.
I have so many followers, but
Yeah.
I am someone who have so much to give
Yeah.
within the community and like outside the community. Not only I'm not only focused on Nepali people
Yeah,
or like
no, no,
Nepali
100%.
community. I have so many other people who follows me from, like, for say Fiji. I have
Mm.
like from UK, like people reach out to me saying like watching from UK, watching from US, like,
Correct.
and I'm like, wow,
It feels so good, like
it
you're.
does. It does feel so good. And like, it's small or big, you're a creator.
Yeah.
I am a creator. And I think I've read this somewhere. You know how you say like, oh, only 10 people watch my video or only 10 people like my video. But
Mm.
imagine you doing the same thing and 10 people watching you.
Mm.
Imagine, like,
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot, right? So
Correct.
imagine like we talking
In
right now and
person,
then there is like 10 people
10
watching
people.
us. That is a lot. So
Mm.
even one person watch my video and be like, hey, I can relate with you. Thank you for this. That's it for me.
Wow.
I honestly, if you have that mindset,
Mm.
nothing can stop you. And I know I have long journey with social
Yeah.
media.
No, when you first started your video, I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about TikTok, not YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I used to look at you and I'm like, oh my God, this girl has a courage. Like the bad comments you got at that time.
It
Nowadays,
takes.
90% is positive
Oh my god,
comments.
99%. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
god, I love
every
my people.
I
Like
know
99% people, they
they
fight for me.
they do. I have seen that. If
Literally.
anyone says something
Yeah.
bad, they will go and
I
fight with
know
them,
they fight
which
for
is
me, which is
yeah.
which is like I love.
That means you have done something good, and
That
I think you
I'm
should.
here.
Correct.
I'm here in your podcast. That means I
Yeah.
have done something good. That's why
No,
you that's
I
why you invited me. Like, if obviously you're also growing. You're
yeah.
not gonna invite, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say again that I'm a celebrity, but I'm just saying that you've seen my
The
work.
impact,
Yeah, you've seen my
the
work, and then
impact from
you
your
you
work.
wanted to talk to me because if I didn't put myself out there, you're not gonna
Of course,
you're not gonna call user 1234 and be
no.
like, "Hey, come to my podcast." You know what I mean?
Or calling. I have one very very big time admirer. I don't know that person's name. Meow. That person's name in TikTok, Meow. Every my video, that person will go and comment in on. He replies to his own comment and replies.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I'm like, at least have your own name so that I know you. But Meow.
But I have one. If this goes in TikTok, I'll share. I have one lady from UK, I believe. I just
Uh
forgot
huh.
her name. Start with C. Ever since I was pregnant, she's been commenting on my videos saying, bless you and baby. You can
Oh,
literally see her comment on every single
oh,
video.
that's so
Every
sweet.
single video. And every time, like, I literally wait for her comments.
Oh,
Like,
see, that's the
she's
connection you
so
have.
sweet. Like, and she's been commenting non-stop on every single video. So I really do appreciate.
Of course you
Like,
do.
yeah, a
And Sarah,
lot.
again, when we're talking about pregnancy video, that video which you posted, I don't know if I was going through some different kind of hormones in my brain or something. You made me cry so much. I think I'm gonna cry again today.
I think
That
everyone did.
video was melted my heart in thousand pieces, and I'm like, Sarah, I wanna hug you.
No,
That
you did send me message.
yeah,
Yeah.
that day literally again I'm getting teary.
Aw.
That video was really good. Thank you. I'm pretty sure thousands of other females or the young moms were
Yeah.
going through, and even the husbands.
I had not a single bad comment on that video. I read
Yeah.
every single comment.
Thank you, girl. That
I
video
I
was
have not I don't have any bad comment on that video,
mm,
and that video is for people who want to do this, like, and did I tell you that Raju and I did not told any of our family that we are having baby? We literally,
Until
when the baby was there.
oh my god, how can you do that with your
So
family?
I think my main, like, my vision when I wanted to have a baby was like
Uh-huh.
I wanted to spend that 24-hour or like whatever the period time with just three of us. Call
Mm-hmm.
me selfish. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's your private moment. You
Exactly. That's my
wanted to.
mom. That's my baby. That's my family that I created.
Yeah.
And everyone can see the baby after, but I will not get that 24-hour with my firstborn.
Oh.
So I got induced. I didn't
Yeah.
went to labor.
Hey, how was the labor? Let's talk about that because
Yeah.
we don't talk. I really want to know what happened. I don't have babies and I don't know. And I'm sure you have so many followers who don't know. So what happens that
So
day?
I went to my appointment.
Planned appointment?
My
Pre-booked?
midwife appointment
Uh-huh.
on the 39 6
Weeks.
days.
Oh, okay.
So like
Almost
I
40.
was 40 when I had stage. Like I had him on the exact day
The
that they
day.
gave it to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow.
So I went to my appointment and I was supposed to be induced the following week because they want me to wait until I go naturally for my labor, but I didn't. There is no sign.
Okay.
They did everything. They checked, and I was not dilated at all.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was, I think a few days before that happened, I didn't feel sage for like whole day.
Oh,
Like he used to,
wow.
like when you go in the last trimester,
Uh-huh.
you should be feeling your baby. And
Kicking and
I
boxing.
didn't feel him. I was just resting at home. I just didn't felt him. And you know that feeling that you get from inside, like, no, something is wrong, go check. So I
Ah.
called the hospital and then the midwife was like, okay, come in now. We do your monitor. They monitor the baby and he was fine. So they sent me home, and on my midwife appointment, obviously that record goes in the file. So
Uh-huh.
they were like, you know what, we should induce you now.
Wow.
And I was not ready.
Oh,
But at the same time, I was like, I'm so heavy. Get the baby out.
yeah.
Like
I c-
I can't. I was at that point, like I had not slept for like I don't know how many
Did you
days.
gain a lot of weight?
No, I didn't wait myself.
Oh, really?
I don't weigh. That is the good habit of me. Like I used to weigh myself a lot before, but what
Mm-hmm.
happened is, like, we'll go back a little bit to weightlifting.
Yep,
When
yep,
you lift weight, you kind of build that muscles,
yep.
and like how fat and muscles work. Like when you
Mm.
turn your fat into
Into the
muscles.
muscles.
So, for example, if this much is 5 kg
Mm-hmm.
fat, your
Yeah,
5 kg muscle. Oh, yeah. If this
yeah,
much is your 5 kg fat, muscle will be like small.
correct. But it's still weight's the same.
Same. So I used to lift and then I used to weight myself, and I never went, like, my weight didn't went down. And I'm like, why? It took me a long time to realize, okay, I'm lifting, I'm building muscles,
That's right.
I'm weighting muscles, like,
Mm.
and so I stopped doing that. Instead, I start taking photo. So
Ah,
progress photo are the best way to, is the best thing. I start taking photo left, right, center, back, and I used to see a lot of changes. And
mm-hmm.
my sizing of clothes, that I have one size. I wear size 10. I
Mm-hmm.
still wear size 10. And whenever I feel like I need to go for like size 12, then
You know that you
I
need to
know
work
that
on
I have
yourself.
gained weight. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much I weighed still.
So on that day, you went
So we
there.
went there,
Yep.
and the nurse was like, we can have you at 3 o'clock. And I'm like,
To have a baby
yeah,
out.
like, no,
What?
to induce. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
let me call my husband, because Raju,
Oh, you went on your
no,
own.
Raju dropped me off.
Yeah.
Raju never missed appointment, by the way. My midwife appointment. He was
Everyone deserves a husband like
always
Raju.
always there. And then he was parking, or he was doing something. He
Yeah.
dropped, something happened, because in the hospital parking, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
by the time he got there,
Mm-hmm.
something happened, and then I just had to call him then and then, and I'm like, they're saying this, what do you want to do? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I was scared. Then Yeah, and I came home. My bag was
So you
already
came back
packed. Yeah, I
home.
back home because it
Uh-huh.
was like early in the morning, 9 o'clock I
Oh,
came in,
okay.
and came home.
Oh,
I
wow.
packed my bag.
What was going through your mind when you
A
were
lot
actually
of things. Like
packing your bag?
I already
What do you
packed my
pack in
bag.
that bag?
I already packed my bag by that time. Like my hospital bag was already packed.
Hospital bag, it's called.
So I clean. The best the most thing the thing that I do every day. That so I start cleaning. I just wanted to make sure that everything's clean.
My
Like, you know.
God,
So
Sarah.
I start cleaning. I'm like, I have to do this, and like, okay, fine, because I have to like that. I know that from when I leave the home that day, I'll be coming back home with the baby. I know for the fact.
Yeah.
So I just need to make sure that everything is good. I make sure that my toilet is like filled with things that I need postpartum. Like, and I've
Yeah.
already spoke about this in my video.
Yeah, you have.
Everything that so I am very independent person, so I don't like asking people to do things for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to organize everything as much as I can. So I did that. And I think the bag was already in Raju's car or something. Like we would start carrying the bag whenever we go anywhere, because you never
You
know.
never know.
Exactly. So we left home, and that is the video that starting off my
Yeah.
vlog, that birth
Yeah.
vlog. And then we got there. They induced me around 5 o'clock, and
Hey,
I
when
was
you say induce, what happened exactly?
so there are a few way of doing inductions for
Okay.
the labor,
Mm.
and it doesn't mean that one first time they do it will work for you. I
Mm.
had a lady who was next to me.
Uh-huh.
She was still there when I left the birth unit.
Oh,
So when I
wow.
went to the ward, she was
Mm.
still there. So it doesn't work for some people.
Yeah.
And they did the inductions like at 9, like 5 o'clock, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Raju and I went for a walk. We had
Wow.
Macca's. I remember it was our last Macca's as a just two of
Only two
us.
of you?
Yeah, I had my first serve because they told me not to have ice cream during pregnancy. I don't know. There are like a lot of things that they said. I didn't have ice cream for the whole 9 months.
Oh,
That
wow.
was my reward. I had the ice cream. I remember still. And we went back to the hospitals. Then I sent Raju home, because what happened in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
until you don't go into labor, the partner or the supporting person can't come and stay with you.
Oh, so
So I
you're
had to wait. Usually, what they do is they do induction and they will send you home. But for me, I don't know why they left. They kept me there.
maybe because of the history you
I
had it
don't
when,
know.
yeah.
So I stayed there, and then
Raju went home.
Raju went home, and they told Raju that whenever she go in labor, they will call you. But Raju, I feel like he told me he didn't sleep properly. Like he was just like, when you're
Checking his
sleeping, he was like,
mobile phone.
is it gonna ring now? Is it gonna? He was just like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you know that is happening.
Mm.
So by this time, we haven't told any of our family.
Oh,
That
wow.
like I told Raju, let's just keep it to us, because I'm not in labor yet, and I don't want to worry. I don't want to take your sleep away.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, like, if I tell them I'm in hospital, they will not sleep.
No.
They will be worried. So I just wanted to share the good news when the good news was there.
Yeah.
So I went on labor around 11 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was a labor.
Oh.
I thought it was like, oh, okay, this pain is period pain, cramp.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
feeling. It is coming and going.
Mm.
I can take it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I can
Uh-huh.
take it. So I close my eyes. I'm like trying to sleep. It was just getting stronger and stronger. I still don't know I was in labor. Silly
Uh-huh.
me.
Oh,
I
God.
was still in that room where I was kept with the other lady.
Uh-huh.
I d- I can hear a woman screaming, giving birth, and I'm like so scared. I'm like, oh my god, that would be me. I'm
Oh,
like recording and I'm sending it to Raj. I'm like, listen to this. Like, I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like you don't know what's happening.
of
This is
course.
my first baby. If I have another baby, then I'll have an idea. Okay.
Yeah. This is what's
Because
happening.
my water didn't broke. I didn't went to labor. Like,
Yeah.
it
That
is
is a normal.
automatic. So I think around 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when I went to toilet and I felt dizzy.
Oh
So
God.
I asked the nurse to come. I mean, I pressed the bell, and then she came and told her, I feel dizzy, I feel nausea, like I feel all of this thing. I don't
Mm.
know what's happening. And she checked my dilation. I was like
Hmm.
2 centimeter dilated by then, and I didn't even like.
Oh my God.
I was like, fine.
Now it's happening.
And she was like, okay, we'll take you to birth suite. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm
What?
scared. Let's call my husband. So I think I waited until 6 o'clock to call Raju because I didn't want him
Oh
to. Yeah,
really?
I was not like having that. Like I tell you, everybody have their
I
own
think
birth
your
story.
pain tolerance is really
I
high.
think it's not, but apparently I had because
Yeah.
I get really bad period cramps.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, after that, I think 5 o'clock hits. I was 4 centimeter dilated. Then I called Raju. I said like, okay, can you bring me a smoothie? I'm hungry. I told him, can you just because I by that time I packed the smoothie pack in the freezer. So
Uh-huh.
all Raju had to do was put the pack, blend it, and bring it to me. I've
So
organized,
organized,
I
Shara.
know. And yeah, so he brought me a smoothie and then he came and it was like 6 o'clock and the pen is getting crazy. I'm drinking a
Mm.
smoothie. It's like, okay, I'm taking it. I think when 7, 8 o'clock hits, I'm like, I can't take this pen anymore. And I need epidural. Like, give it to me.
Oh
I
God.
couldn't take, like, I couldn't even see people around me. I'm
Is it
like,
really painful to have epidural?
no, because you don't feel it. Then they do they numb your back. So
Oh,
when they
but they said
put the
even if with the
insertion,
numbing, it's really painful when they do it.
no, I
No?
don't. I didn't feel anything.
Mm.
So like obviously doctor came, they kept checking on me, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just told the nurse like I think, and like they were super nice. They were like, I want to have a epidural, and I was like, yeah, of course, go
Mm.
girl. That's why it's there for. Like people have such a bad thing to say about epidural, like like,
Yeah,
oh,
there's lots of
can I have
stigma
it?
around.
Yeah, there is a
Yep.
lot of stigma around
Mm.
the post
Epidural. Yep.
post but then I mean and I've read the comment somewhere saying that you're a woman, you should be giving birth naturally. Like, no,
Shut up. You
hell
don't know
no,
what we
like
go
who are
through.
you? I just don't understand. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, give me epidural. So
Yeah.
I think they did the epidural around 9 o'clock. Then that's when I was like, okay, fine. I was fine. And once you have an epidural, you can't move. You have to stay in the bed because
Mm-hmm.
you're like literally paralyzed
Yeah.
down leg. I mean, down from your hip area. So yeah, I was just laying there
So when
doing.
that first time baby came, what was going through your mind?
I don't, I don't know. Like I can't explain. Oh,
Of
it
course
was.
you cried and Raji
I
was
did.
crying.
I
Everyone
don't
was,
know what other did, but I did. We literally asked a doctor to make a video.
oh my God. The doctor was like,
No, he was
I,
happy.
oh, okay, that's
So
good.
Raju was. We all obviously we asked them like, can we? They will tell you bring the camera if you want to record it. So
Uh-huh.
it is very common that people want to make a video of
Of
your.
course.
Of course. So Raju was doing the video, and then there was a doctor who was a student doctor who wanted
Did
to.
you actually ask doctor
Yeah,
to record your
yeah. No, it was
video?
just yeah. So he was having his I think internship or whatever, and then he wanted to. They have to attend like
Certain hours to be.
few delivery,
Oh, okay.
like they have to like
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah.
because obviously. And he asked me if he can stay, and I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. And then later on I was like, okay, can take our photo. And
Yeah,
like
you're staying here doing
he was
it.
fine with it. So yeah, I
Oh, that's
mean, yeah,
nice.
and we have our family photo because of him.
Mm.
And then yeah, it was after birth I was fine.
Hey, you made one video in TikTok. It says, "Hey, no one talks about it, about having you to push placenta out or something."
Yeah, it was
What was
so
that?
weird.
What
So
is that?
after I had Sage, they put him in my chest for the longest time, and then they tried to give the breast like they will literally like latch on the breast.
Okay.
It's so weird. Like I don't know how they did
Uh,
that. It was it was
how's
the weirdest feeling
yeah.
ever because obviously that was the first time this baby is latching. It was so cute at the same time. So yeah, they put he was crying, like say it was, and it's good sign if the baby's crying
Uh-huh.
as soon as they're born. Yeah, he was crying and he was in my chest. It was this little red thing, so cute. And I was like, yeah, And then they're like, okay, dear, are you ready to push? I'm like, what
Am I
again?
having twins?
It's like, you have to push your placenta, but you
Oh
don't have
wow.
to push like how you pushed your baby.
Okay.
So I pushed Sage for like half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
He came out in within half an hour.
So that's considered as a very good
Good
delivery
delivery, yeah.
time
I
period,
didn't
isn't it?
had any, like, I had tears, but not like, very serious one. It
Mm-hmm.
was like mine was internal, not outside.
Oh, okay.
So my experience is totally different than how other women have. I
Mm-hmm.
have a very positive birth story,
Experience.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
experience. So yeah, and after he had, I just pushed him out, and I mean pushed the placenta out, and it was just so weird to me. I was like, what?
What are you asking me
Like,
to
I
do?
thought it should just come
Yeah,
automatically,
that's
right?
what even like that's what like normally we
That's
think.
what I'm. That's that the reason I'm sharing my journey in
Yeah.
TikTok is like, there are so many things that we don't know. For example, milk. I used to think, okay, you have the baby, your milk would just come.
Oh, isn't that the case?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So
Sure.
so I start collecting colostrum, which is like the first milk, which is very yellow,
And you
and
collect that.
I collect that when I was like 28, 30 something weeks. Not 20, sorry, 30 something weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I start collecting the colostrum, and then it is very good for your baby. It's
And
like gold,
from
liquid
30
gold.
weeks.
35, 36 weeks,
And where
because
do you keep that?
you just could put in a freezer. You have
Oh,
this syringe, and then you just put in a syringe.
does everyone does that?
No, not everyone know how to do this. Not everyone have enough knowledge to do this, because I asked for it. I asked my midwife. I've done my studies. I've done my research. I really
Mm-hmm.
want to collect the colostrum. Can I do it? And she was like, of course. Just
Okay.
make sure that you do it after 35 or 36 weeks.
Mm.
Always consult with your midwife or doctor before doing anything. Don't listen to my video and just do it. But yeah, I start collecting it because I've heard those are babies liquid gold. It has
Oh.
so much nutrients. It has antibodies, like, to fight with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I collected, I've like, I think 10 or 15 syringes collected altogether,
Okay.
and it is not very much. And yeah, I've collected that, and I took that with me to the hospital, and Sage drank all of that in second night.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there is a something called second night syndrome, which happens to every single baby
What is
when they
that?
cry.
Oh, they
They
cry.
cry like whole night, lungs out.
So what they called it?
Second night syndrome
Oh,
for babies.
wow.
I've never heard of it. The nurse told me that. She was like, oh, this is your second night. Oh my God, good luck. I'm like, why are you saying good luck to me? She was like, just letting you know, heads up, baby will cry. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
okay. Then yeah, he cries, and he drank. I think what nurse told me, I don't know if this is correct, but
Mm-hmm.
she told me the first night the baby sleeps because they still
Different.
very new,
Yeah.
like. And the second night they're like, okay, what's happening to me? Like, I'm not in my warm place anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not covered with water. Like, what is happening to me? Like,
Different,
where am
completely
I?
different
So yeah, I think
environment.
they cry because of that. And
Mm-hmm.
he drank all of the colostrum, and baby can drink like up to 4 meal in one feed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what my nurse told me. So yeah, I was so grateful that I collected colostrum. So many of
So do
my
you
ladies told
recommend
me, yeah,
other
yeah, yeah. If
people
you're
to,
if
yeah.
you're if you're pregnant, and if you're, like, if you wanted to, if you're leaking, if you wanted to collect the colostrum, ask your midwife, say
Mm-hmm.
that you want to collect it, and they will give you like a syringes and a bag and a name tag, and you can just take it within the hospital, because it will be so helpful. Your milk won't come. Trust
Ah,
me, your
okay.
milk won't come. Like,
So actually, it doesn't come on that day when you
no,
actually have
it takes
baby.
a week sometime.
Oh, so what do you feed
My
to?
No, they can have you still have the colostrum,
Uh, so the
because
people who
then,
don't have the colostrum collected, what they do, Sarah?
I don't know, a formula.
Oh wow! So it's must then. They should
Like,
collect
I'm not
it.
saying it's must collected. Maybe your milk will just come in the second day. I don't know. But from
Ah,
my experience, it just doesn't do it in the day. Like,
okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
and and baby stomachs are very small at that time. The reason they have to do like latching on you every hour is because they need to keep drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is the main thing. You know how um like people say, oh, my milk didn't came, or like, in our community,
Yeah.
I'll just say in Nepali, they said मेरो दुध नै आएन, or like I
आएकै
didn't
छैन
have
भन्छ
आएकै
नि.
छैन, whatever. I think like there is no enough information or like educations about like you need to have your baby latching on you for
Mm.
the longest time. Like, you have to keep doing it, and they have to
Ah.
latch in a proper way. Oh my
Mm.
god, breastfeeding is something else too. Like, as much as I love breastfeeding Sage now,
Mm-hmm.
which is very easy, back when I first had him, my
Mm-hmm.
breast was like I had blood coming out from my breast. It
Oh,
was
really?
nobody talks about it.
So what happens because the baby is latching it so hard,
So
there's
hard
no
because
milk?
the latch they have is
Mm-hmm.
so strong, and they
Oh.
don't know because they're still learning how to suck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they pull it out so hard, and they're latching every hours, every 45 minutes.
Wow.
And like I was struggling, like, it was
Was it
so
painful, of course?
painful, of
Mm.
course. Like, I wanted to breastfeed, I almost gave up, like I said I can't do this. But like I know some of the women out there who don't know about this. I just want to let you know, breastfeeding would be so, just prepare yourself. Have a shield. There is a nipple shield. I highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend you getting a nipple shield. It just,
Ah,
what this
okay.
does is like you just put in your nipple,
There's
and then the
something in
baby will just
between.
suck in the seal,
Yep,
latch the
yep.
seal, and obviously your skin will be covered. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it was the biggest, I don't know, like something that I've learned in the
Wow.
first 2 days of
Mm-hmm.
my having baby. It's sore, it's sore, like, something is just in there 24 hour, you just,
Mm.
and then the more you latch, the more they latch, the fast the milk will come, and
Mm-hmm.
the more the milk will come. So yeah, it was a very, like, nobody told me, nobody, I didn't know about this. And that's why
Wow.
I'm sharing this whole thing in TikTok, because I know,
Mm.
like, there are so many pregnant women who thinks, oh, like even new moms who thinks that
Yeah.
it's only me, but it's not only you. It
Mm.
happens to everyone.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
don't talk
You
enough
just don't
about
talk
it.
enough about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. And hey, Sarah, one more thing. Again, we are discussing this because we want someone to hear and learn about it. So they said like you have a big belly when you have a baby there. Once baby is out, you feel like really emptiness in your
Yeah.
tummy
You
and you
miss
feel
your belly.
hungry a lot. Is that true?
Not hungry is, I think, to do with your breastfeeding.
Ah.
So what I've realized after having Sage and after I started doing my breastfeeding journey, I'm more like, I'm very small. I don't have big appetite, but
Mm-hmm.
every time I'm feeding him, you
You feel like eating.
you're feeding your baby. You know
Mm-hmm.
how they say eat for two when the baby is in the tummy? That
Yeah.
is not correct. But when the baby
But
is
they
out, eat
say
for two.
that.
Eat for two, like, 8 for 2, because you get extremely, because your liquid is going out, like you
Yeah.
feel so thirsty. It's very important to hydrate yourself, drink water,
Mm-hmm.
lots and lots of water. Raju used to, like, oh, I still remember when I used to breastfeed Sage, and I'm like here, and then I used to give me like bring water here, and I used to drink like that.
Oh God, in and
It's
out.
so cute. Like, used to be like, okay, here, Bob, drink water. I'm like, okay.
Aw.
It's, like, I used to have my bottle with me all the time, and I used to eat. One thing I didn't eat was juano, because I hate juano.
But then, hey, we say in Nepali, तिम्रो अब दुध आएन भने ज्वानो खाऊ, lots of ज्वानो, it will
Mm,
help. It's literally
I
pour
think,
the milk out.
I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of juano. Like, I hate the
So
smell
you
of
didn't had
juano. I
at
didn't
all.
have any juano.
Mm.
So I didn't have jono. I had a lot of chicken soup. Like, I used to prep chicken soup for like 5 days. So
Mm-hmm.
in the container. So every early in the morning I'm so hungry because I'm breastfeeding all night. So I
Yeah.
used to drink that. I used to bring the chicken soup in the room. I used to have good breakfast, like high protein,
Yeah.
like good breakfast
Healthy
and good
breakfast.
healthy meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can have dal bhat. I had dal bhat.
Yeah.
Dal is good. Dal had like lentils, like,
Yeah.
our
Good source of
Our
proteins.
yeah,
All
our
the
food is very good. You know what? When we say dal bhat, we're like, oh my god, no, I'm on diet. But hey, dal bhat is a good food. If you
yeah,
have good sort of like meat, like some sort of protein, and there's a carb, there is like good fat.
yeah.
It's good. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't tolerate ghee.
So you
Like
didn't have a ghee and your
I bought a ghee like lactose free ghee. Like
ah
I can't tolerate it, and if I don't tolerate something, I'm not gonna have it just to go to the toilet.
no, it's just gonna make you worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's really I didn't had those typical.
very traditional way of
Yeah,
food or
no, I
yeah.
my mom my mom told me, I still remember, she's like, you don't even look like Sutkari, and I'm like, yeah, mom, what Sutkari should be looking like what do you want
What
me
is
to
the
be like? Yeah, exactly. Like
definition?
she's like, as soon as you gave a birth, you're like holding your baby and smelling and calling us. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Cry?
I
Like
know. Yeah.
they have that,
Their mentality
not the
and
like
the way.
the way of Sutkari should look for them.
Yeah,
It's very different than how
that
what I
correct.
experienced, and I
Correct.
think like I feel like it's all linear. I know, like when I say this again, every woman go through my pregnancy, my delivery was different than maybe
Mm,
someone else who just did. So everybody will go through
a
a
different.
different, and obviously you need to recover from the delivery. I don't know how bad or how easy you had. You gave a birth. So it
Yeah.
took me good 3 or 4 weeks to recover, like heal.
Mm-hmm.
My wounds need to your wounds need to
Yeah.
get healed. Like it didn't heal completely even then. Like you have to take a lot of rest.
Yeah.
Just because it was easy doesn't mean your body
Yeah,
is.
you still have
Yeah,
given a
exactly. So
birth, a whole
I
baby, new human being. So you
exactly.
have
So
gone through the
I
big
took a lot
change.
of rest.
Yeah.
I let Raj to take care of me,
Mm.
and he did very well. I'm
Mm.
so proud of Raju.
Of course, you have mentioned
Yeah,
Raj's name so many times, and I'm
yeah.
saying again, like being a young parents, I think you guys have done amazing job.
I
You
feel
know,
like that too.
yeah. Hey, Sarah, we have talked a lot about physical change when you have a baby and how do you look after the first breastfeeding. After that, when baby comes home, what about your emotional or mental health or emotional? Because you're managing your baby, which is
Yeah,
a completely different world
yeah,
introduced in your
exactly.
life,
Mm.
and then you have day to day life. You still need to do whatever you need to
Exactly.
do, and your husband, who's the only one supporter in your case, he needs to go back to work as well. What happens in your brain? How do you emotionally keep yourself within that whole big change in
I,
your life?
I honestly, like when I had Sage with me, like when I was looking after him at home, when we brought him home, I felt like I was meant for this. It just came so naturally to me. Like, I was I know, like I know what I'm doing. Like, it just I'm a mother now. Like, it just I didn't have that. Oh my god, what I'm doing, and it's gonna be so different for everyone. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it just came so naturally to me, and I've told this to my family and my friend that I feel like I've been doing this for years.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you think you have done different than other people don't do? What made your journey that easy? I'm pretty sure you did.
I lived with my sister when she had their baby. I mean her baby, my Didi and my Bena. And I looked after my nieces and nephew, but looking after them is not like looking after your own kids. You know what
No,
I
of
mean? Like
course
it's totally
not.
different. But I don't know.
Do you?
I'm still wondering. Like if I have a baby right now, I'll be fine.
Oh
That's
my
what I feel
God. Are you
like.
sure? Are you already planning second baby?
No, no, but like I'm just saying, like it was not a traumatic experience for me.
Oh wow. I'm so happy that you had like good positive
I think
experience.
it's all to do with your mindset too. If you think about it, like okay, the baby is here now. You just have to do it either way. You have to feed the baby. You
Correct.
can't be like, oh, what I do with this now. You can't be there wondering what to do. And when baby cries, let the baby cry. And Raju never, when baby cried, never got frustrated, like, oh my god, he's crying. Like, He's like, it's okay, well, he's a baby, he
Mm.
will cry. This is how he shows emotions, you know. And I think like that helps a lot.
Or do you think, Sarah, because you come from a nursing background,
I don't know.
that helped
I
because
don't know.
you did
I
lots
even
of
shared this in TikTok, and
preparation?
someone says that I used to work in aged care before,
Yeah.
and honestly, looking after elderly people and newborn is not different.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with
like you
that.
know,
It's
and
exactly.
I've done that with elderly for like 6 year plus. So
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with my nursing background. I
Mm.
just feel like this is what I'm meant to do. And
I
look,
know
I
what
don't
I'm
know how
doing.
quick Sage was like 5 months already.
I
I
know.
just feel like I didn't have that enough time with him. You know how some people say
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah,
Oh
like
my
the
God.
newborn phase went so quickly. I still look at his old videos and I still cry like my baby, like he grew up so quick. He was so tiny. He used to fit in my one hand like this. Now
Yeah.
he's like so chubby and so big.
Oh no.
And
Happy. Oh my
and
God. That
I
is
feel like
smart.
I think instead of overwhelming yourself, I know it's very hard. I feel like just enjoy the moment. Just be there, like just take it all in. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't worry about if you don't feel like washing your face or changing out from your pajama. Don't worry. I did those things because those things make me feel good, and self-care has been always my top priority.
Mm-hmm.
Like always. Until now, from the time that Sage was born, I have my self-care morning and afternoon. Like no matter what. I do my skincare.
Is it possible though with
It
the
is
little one?
possible. It
How?
is, you just have the 15, 10 minutes out of your, what is gonna happen in 10 minutes?